and gentlemen, welcome to the Target Center and the 92nd Annual State Boys High School Basketball Tournament. This afternoon's game is a Class 4A semifinal game between the champions of Section 2 with a record of 28-2, the Chaska Hawks, and the champions of Section 4 with a record of 22-7, the Johnson Governors. Now let's meet the entire rosters for both teams. First, let's meet the non-starters for Chaska. 6'2" junior guard number 10, Brett Chapman. 5'11" senior guard number 15, Reese Biskins. 6'1" sophomore guard number 20, Tyler Brown. 6'1" senior guard number 22, Jesse Johnson. 6' junior forward number 23, Corey Poppins. 5'11" senior guard number 25, Eric Duzan. 6' junior guard number 30, Seth Wolf. 6'2" senior forward number 32, Eston Johnson. 6'2" senior forward number 40, Andy Stark. 6'1" junior forward number 41, Anthony Brenner. 6'6" senior forward number 43, Fritz Chung. 6'6" freshman center number 45, Marty Greger. And 6'8" junior center number 55, Anthony Urha. For Chaska, at a forward, 6'7", senior number 51, Josh Korth. For Johnson, at a forward, 5'11", senior number 25, Terry Corgay. For Chaska, 6'6", senior forward number 53, Lee Isaacson. For Johnson at forward, 6'2", junior number 55, Walter Haynes. For Chaska at center, 6'9", senior number 50, Spencer Tollackson. For Johnson at center, 6'6", sophomore number 53, Michi Smith. For Chaska at a guard, 5'10", senior number 11, Jason Theis. For Johnson at a guard, 5'7", freshman number 10, Sal Simmons. And for Chaska at a guard, 6'3", senior number 33, Nick Burns. For Johnson at a guard, 6' senior number 21, Mario Harris. Assistant coaches Nathan Pulowski and Doug Sales. Head coach of the Hawks is Dan Pulowski. Assistants Willie Tyler and DeMar Suggs. Head coach of the Governors is Vern Simmons.
Our soup starting lineups: Theis, Burns, Tollackson, Korth, and Isaacson, and then Simmons, Harris, Fournier, Smith, and Haynes for Johnson. Should be a good one, Henry.
Yeah, it should be a great game. It's going to be interesting to see who's able to push their tempo on the other team, whether it's going to be a half-court game with Chaska or if it's going to be a full fast break game with St. Paul Johnson.
We'll have 4 new champions this year. The semifinals start now. Chaska with the ball off the opening tip. They try to work it inside, and a quick Johnson foul. Looks like they'll get Mario Harris for his first.
Looks like St. Paul Johnson is going to come out man-to-man.
There's Vern Simmons, who has his team here with a 22-7 record. All 7 of those losses in single digits. The games they lost were close, and to big programs like Minneapolis North and Cretin-Durham Hall. Tollackson inside on the rebound.
Yeah, and that was one of the first key points that we talked about prior to the game tipping off, was the offensive boards. And there you see on the first possession, Tollackson's right on the offensive glass.
From outside, Cordier missing. Haynes on the rebound. Too much. Comes out to Chaska. They got 2 shots at it. On the break, Isaacson, no. Going end to end here. It's stolen back by Burns, but it'll go back to the Governors.
Yeah, St. Paul's going to have to take care of the basketball. They cannot afford key turnovers, especially trying to get out in transition.
You don't see many big teams pressure like Chaska does.
And I think that's surprising Johnson somewhat.
Here's Walter Haynes, 6'2", 275 pounds. And good news for Governors fans, he's a junior. He'll be back next year. Top scorer in the St. Paul City Conference. And he had 10 of his 15 rebounds yesterday on the offensive end. Inside Smith, left hand, we're tied.
Very good set right there, getting the ball in on the low post right there.
That's Michi Smith, the 6'6" sophomore.
And the Governors have some size, so they're not the smallest team, but still quick.
Michi Smith, 6'6". Tollackson, nice pass inside. Isaacson put it in.
A nice give and go right there by Spencer. Shows he's willing to give up the basketball. He's not always looking for his own shot.
Isaacson from Tollackson. Cornier, baseline. The rebound, Tollackson. The future Gopher. Korth driving. A lot of contact. No basket. They'll call a charge on Josh Korth.
Big call early. Their coach, Vern Simmons, said yesterday at the end of the game yesterday that he wanted to try to get into Chaska's bench. He wanted to get the big guys in foul trouble. So one foul already on Korth.
Korth's basket wiped away on the charge, so it stays a 2-point Hawks lead in the opening 2 minutes. Good start here. Lots of end-to-end action. Mario Harris runs out of room in the land of the Giants, kicks it back out to Michi Smith. And he's called for too many steps. A little different than the NBA. They actually call traveling.
Yeah, the kids, they don't get away with those Patrick Ewing steps at this stage in their careers. St. Paul Johnson applying pressure.
Sal Simmons with the pressure, and he just ran into Tollackson on the pick. Jason Theis dishes back. There's Tollackson, got position. Almost missed it.
Yeah, when Spencer gets that kind of position on the low block, there's nothing really that Johnson's going to be able to do.
Tollackson with 4 of the 6. Nice bounce pass to Harris. Too much. Look at Haynes on the boards. And it looks like I'm sorry, there are a couple players down there. Might be on Isaacson. Yep, Lee Isaacson's first foul.
Good job by Michi Smith on the offensive glass right there. Chaska's been getting some second shots, and to offset that, Johnson's going to have to get some offensive boards themselves.
So this is Michi Smith. Vern Simmons also has Marky Smith off the bench. Michi, a sophomore. So we stay at 6'2". Substitution already. Isaacson out. Andy Stark, 6'4" senior in. He had 4 3-pointers yesterday. 12 points in 16 minutes.
You touched on earlier the fact that the Governors lost some close games. Spoke with their coaches yesterday. They said the one problem that they have had has been free throw shooting. Yesterday against Armstrong, they only were 14 of 27 from the free throw strike.
Well, not a good start there. Korth from downtown.
And see, that's the problem that comes into play when you miss your free throws. You're not able to set up your press.
Josh Korth puts them up 9-2. Nice fake. Harris. Mario Harris with his first 2.
Tempo's starting to pick up a little bit here.
Jason Theis, 5'10" senior. Had a cousin Nick who played in the state tournament a few years ago for Shakopee. Spin, Tollackson out of room, left side, Stark no. Good sign for the Governors because he was hot yesterday in the quarterfinal. Left side, Cornier no. Rebound, Korth. Donnell Gibson, number 3 in dark, is in the game for the Governors. Tollackson, left side, no on the reverse. Rebound, Michi Smith. Donnell Gibson played 18 minutes yesterday.
Spencer tried the up and under, just couldn't get it to fall.
You can't resist the Iverson comparison. Wearing the same number is the answer, but he couldn't put it in. Hard foul there, and this time Korth's going to go to the line. It'll be on Michi Smith, his first. So Ben Korth will be shooting. Korth with that 3-pointer a minute ago to put his team up 7 here. There was the charge earlier. Same contact. Hawks taking it to the basket, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. They're trying to get it in the paint. Bigger team, not as athletic, but definitely love to get it in the paint. You know, interesting call right there, because if Korth picks up number 2, then he's got to have some pine time right there.
Korth with 4. Cornier comes out. Substitution by Simmons. Checking in, Sammy Ricks, number 24. You see him with his back to the camera, a 5'9" sophomore. Korth taking his time at the line. Made it worth the time. He's got 5, and Spencer Tollackson has 4. Chaska with an early 7-point lead on the U.S. Bank scoreboard.
Early on, but they're still in this thing. They just can't let it get too far ahead of them or out of their reach right now.
Look at Spencer Tollackson. All eyes on him if you're a Chaska fan, while the Governors kind of crept up on people. Here they are, though, 2 games from a state championship of their own, and I know they've really captivated the community in the capital city. Walter Haynes hits the jumper.
They're showing the ability to step out and knock down the perimeter jump shot.
Haynes with his first 2.
Chaska breaks the press easily.
Andy Stark swings it. They work it back around to Korth. Left open. Tollackson inside. What a nice luxury for the Hawks. But it's Haynes who comes out with it. And he loses it off his foot. He'd like that one back.
Yeah. Huge turnover right there, because it gives Chaska another opportunity to run an offensive set. Once again, we see Spencer Tollackson dominating on the offensive boards.
Points in the paint. Early advantage to Chaska, as you'd expect. I think there's some college programs that would like the size that the Hawks have.
Oh, definitely.
But the Hawks throw it away. No, it was last touched by a Johnson player. So nice play by the Hawks getting it back. Downtown connecting. Nick Burns.
Yeah, that was a tough one for the Governors right there, because when the ball went back court, the defense kind of collapsed and freed up a 3-point shooter. Chaska found it.
The second 3 of the quarter for Chaska, and Nick Burns' 3 puts him up 8. Sammy Ricks for 3.
That was an NBA 3.
Should have given him 4 on that.
Now Chaska with the break.
Tollackson on the break, hits it. This time it was Burns with the pass. Tollackson with 6, but everybody's getting involved. So after a made hoop, they got the break.
Yeah, and Chaska, you know, we talked about the Governors coming in terms of him trying to get out in transition and fast break, but Chaska is not opposed to trying to get up and down the court as well.
That is Marky Smith, number 52 in the dark jerseys. Mario Harris, he's got 2 in the quarter. There's Marky Smith by the NBA 3-point line. Just under 2 minutes left in the quarter, as you see at the top of your screen. Harris driving, pull up. Burns made the block, but he's going to get called for the contact. A couple players in the area. We'll get the Chaska foul here. It is called on Burns. It's Nick's first of the game.
The Governors early on, they're getting a good mix of guys in there, so they're doing a lot of subbing, trying to keep their legs fresh.
Donnell Gibson back in the game. This is Mario Harris, 6-foot senior. Had 9 points, 5 rebounds in the quarterfinal. Also had 4 steals, but right now 0 for 3 at the line are the Governors.
Yeah, and that's the one thing their coach Burns says has always been kind of the Achilles heel to the squad this year, is missed free throws. And against a team like Chaska that's trying to pull away from you, you got to knock down your free throws so you can stay close.
Also in the game, Fritz Chung, number 44. Free throws good. 3 teams from the Lake Conference in the Final 4 of 4A. I don't know if that's been done. 3 of the 4 from the same conference. Impressive for that conference. Here's Josh Korth. They go inside and out. Back inside to Isaacson. Nowhere to go. They kick it out to Burns. No. Fight for the rebound inside. Tough with that height. Back to Burns, who draws the foul. They're getting multiple shots, aren't they?
Yeah, there's no way St. Paul Johnson's going to be able to withhold Chaska's runs if they cannot get the defensive rebound.
Fouls on Donnell Gibson, his first of the game. This is Nick Burns. He had 11 yesterday. He was 2 of 6 from three-point range in the quarterfinals. We should say also that in that game yesterday, they were 50% from three-point range, 6 of 12. So they do like to put it up there, and they're good at it.
Yep, definitely.
Burns 1 out of 2 at the line. 4 for Nick Burns. Meechie Smith back in the lineup, and he's going to give Walter Haynes a rest. Just under 90 seconds left in the quarter.
You know, so far when you look at it, the fact that Chaska's been on the offensive glass and getting some second chance points, they're only up 7, so Johnson hasn't felt as far behind as one would think.
Cornier with great dribbling, couldn't quite free it up, but that time Ricks connected. Ricks with 5 off the bench.
Yeah, he saw that he had a taller player on him, and he said, I'm just going to go ahead and try to use my quickness to my advantage.
Left side, Burns for 3. Missed by a lot, got none. There's Chung, who came in the game. Can't get it. Josh Korth over midcourt, and now Burns has it back where he missed before. From downtown, Stark, no. Tell you what, Chaska's taking a lot of threes here.
Taking a lot of threes. They have guys that are trying to penetrate and find those gaps, trying to kick out to the open man for 3-point.
And those are long threes. The blue line, of course, is where the Timberwolves are, the NBA 3. Gibson dished, and Meechie Smith couldn't get it, but the Governors will get another shot at it. So they have a chance to cut it to 3 here. Substitutions for the Governors. Sal Simmons comes back in along with Haynes and Cornier.
Governor's going to have to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. Last couple of minutes, they've turned the ball over 3-4 times already.
There are the turnovers you talked about, Henry. An advantage Johnson doesn't want to have. 4-2.
Got to value every possession.
Governors in pretty good shape, though, after that 9-2 Chaska run. They've come back with one of their own. Outside, Meechie Smith. Tough to shoot over Tollackson.
Yeah, and I think his teammates were surprised by that shot. It looked like they're going to play for one shot, and when he took that shot, he didn't have anybody on the in the paint to rebound the basketball.
So they missed the opportunity there. They had a couple possessions, and it looks like Chaska will get the last shot. Final 10 seconds of the first quarter. Isaacson looking underneath. There's Jason Theis into the post, the guy you want. And he'll go to the line. Foul on Meechie Smith. That's Meechie's second, and it comes with just under 2 seconds left in the quarter.
Good substitution by Chaska to look at the situation, put Spencer in the game, know that they're probably going to get the ball back with a few seconds left. Come down on the offensive end, get a good look at that in the paint, going to the free throw line. Spencer
Tollackson, you see what he's done so far. Just more than halfway to a double-double already. Wow, I think he got all air on that one.
Another missed free throw for Chaska. Chaska started off the game not shooting well from the free throw stripe also. So they're kind of keeping the Governors in there.
Fritz Chung in the game. You saw him there. They don't want to get Meechie Smith a foul even in the last 2 seconds. Vern Simmons talking on the bench to Meechie. He missed them both. A break for the Governors. All things considered, Governors not in bad shape, but an impressive start by the Hawks. They lead by 5 after 8 minutes in our first Class 4A semifinal. Fans have made the trip via the Crosstown Freeway. 62 east into the Target Center. Governors with probably a little bit shorter trip. We start the second quarter with Henry Lake. I'm Jeff Grayson. Jim Neal and Bob Erdman also here. Chaska, the road team in white. Governors in the dark maroon jersey. They feed it inside to Haynes. Over Tollackson.
Tough shot right there by Haynes. Very tough shot. Plus Spencer had a little bit of help.
Haynes with 2 in the first quarter. Outside, Burns. They're just not hesitating to heave them up there.
They're throwing up some very deep three-point shots, and they're not falling right now.
Oh, they swing it inside. Tollackson puts it down.
That's the best shot that Chaska can get. A good look for Spencer Tollackson on the low block.
8 for Spencer Tollackson, the game's leading scorer. There's a steal, almost a mid-court violation by Nick Burns. Ball kicked away. Last touch by Tollackson's knee.
Yeah, tough pass right there by Nick Burns, trying to give it to Spencer in the open court. He's not too familiar with getting the ball that far out on the playing surface at the three-point line. He needs to get it on the low post.
In the first quarter for Johnson, Sammy Ricks and Mario Harris with 5 each. Michi Smith with 2. Haynes had a bucket.
You know, and yesterday Haynes played with much of a swagger. When he started knocking down some shots, he was really into the flow of the game. So far, he hasn't gotten into that flow yet.
Steal. Look at Haynes with the footwork. Inside Cordier. It's rejected, but rebounded by Haynes. What action. It's stolen back by Haynes, but there's a foul on the floor.
Oh.
Governors want that one back.
Phenomenal play by Haynes there. He showed great agility. Right there. I mean, behind the back pass, gets it ahead. Sal Simmons couldn't finish the play, though.
Almost looked like one pass too many. Thought the Governors would put that one down, but the Hawks recover. Substitutions again for the Governors. Jay Johnson, number 33, replacing Fritz Chung.
We had a little showtime here.
Nice exhibition of dribbling by the 6'2" Walter Haynes. St. Paul City's leading scorer in that conference. Tollackson inside to Isaacson.
Great pass by Spencer. Drew the double team. Another turnover.
Burns with a steal inside to Stark.
I think the Governors need a timeout.
Timeout, Vern Simmons. We'll keep it here. It's a 30-second timeout. The Hawks with a 6-zip run to start the quarter.
Yeah, they're not valuing the basketball right now. These turnovers are huge at this point. Being down 11, this game can get away from the Governors real quickly here.
8 for Tollackson, 4 for Isaacson. Stark with his first basket. 3 different players getting involved. Here's the turnover.
Burns does a great job defending the inbound pass. Looking to a cutting Andy Stark for the lay.
The lead is 11, Chaska's largest here in the game. It was 17-12 after 1, and now it's 23-12. Governors with a big 4-point swing there, missing their fast break. And then Chaska made them pay. Harris inbounds. Almost a travel by Jay Johnson. This time they get it over midcourt. Haynes, that's a 3. Walter Haynes can do it all.
He's showing his perimeter game. He's not just a post player. He's showing great range on his jump shot.
Wow, that's impressive, win or lose. That was quite a shot. Somehow it went to Tollackson off the carom.
Just a bad break right there for the Governors, playing sound defense. Ball gets in the hands of Spencer Tollackson, and he knows how to finish.
Sometimes better to be lucky than good, and that time luck against the Governors as Haynes had another turnover.
And Chaska's doing a great job earlier of sharing the basketball. I know Spencer is their main guy. He's their key cog on offense. But they're doing a great job of sharing the basketball. Andy Starks and also Jason Korth.
Fritz Chung trying to get into the game. They're saying, come on stage, and exiting Jay Johnson. Fritz Chung, a 6'6" senior, but it's Chaska who will inbound the ball, as you see Josh Korth right there. Wow, they might say it all right there.
Yeah, it really does. You know, we talked earlier about Johnson having to limit their turnovers, and they just have not.
Inside, Burns from Isaacson. They're just doing it every which way right now.
Burns with a great backdoor cut. Isaacson found him for 2.
Nick Burns with 6. Lead back to a dozen. A 10-2 run stopped right there by Mario Harris. He's got 5.
Great dribble drive there. Chaska playing some zone. They're gonna, the Governor's gonna have to find those gaps, try to penetrate the zone, and try to find an open man for 2.
Wow, tough to combat that. They count the hoop on the continuation. Isaacson goes to the line. No indication yet. Yes, basket counts.
Yeah.
A little bit of hesitation. 3-point play coming up for Isaacson.
Great bounce pass there to Spencer. He shovels off to the other low block. Nice finish.
Those two have teamed up on several baskets already. The lead back to a dozen. Johnson having trouble getting into single digits. We'll have more in a moment. It's Chaska in control in the 4A semifinal on the Menards scoreboard. Hey, super fans. Chaska trying to get into the championship game. It's their 6th tournament. Haven't won a championship. Johnson played in the very first. Wow, that's some history.
That's a long stretch there. To go 80 years without going to the state tournament.
Lee Isaacson has 7. It's a 3-point play after the timeout. Back in the game, Jason Theis, and he gives Isaacson a rest.
This is an important stretch right here for the Governors. I mean, they're down 13 points. They don't want Chaska to extend this lead going into halftime.
Look at that domination.
Points in the paint, yeah, 20-2.
Whereas yesterday, it was the Governors with a 44-20 points in paint advantage on Armstrong. It's being done to them here today. Johnson, second shot opportunity. Harris, tough shot, too much off the glass. Here's Theis, kind of the floor general for these guys. Swings it left side, he's got it back now. He'll take a 3. Nice defense by Cornier, making it tough for him.
Yeah, tough shot right there. Probably a little bit ill-advised. But looking at it, outside of the 3-point shots that both teams are taking, Chaska's getting much better looks at the basket than the Governors are.
Michi Smith in, Sal Simmons to the bench for the Governors. Hawks continuing that pressure. Relatively new district out there in the Western Metro. Haven't had too storied of a sports history. Girls made the tournament a few years back, did well. Haynes inside, they'll count the basket.
Yeah, looking at that stat right there, I mean, Chaska shooting well from the field. The Johnson, the Governors, 7 of 20 from the floor, and probably at least 6 or 7 of those shots coming from 3-point range.
One shot, man.
Haynes going for his 8th point. Eight for Haynes, and they needed that. Vern Simmons' team down by 10 now.
Knock down a free throw, something they have had problems doing.
Left side, Josh Korth. That's downtown for Stark.
Wow.
A stark reminder of yesterday. 5 for Andy Stark.
Great look at the 3 right there.
Gibson, front of the rim. He got the rebound. The smallest player on the floor to Haynes.
Haynes is starting to get his motor running right now. Starting to really get into the flow of the game.
Nice play on the assist from Gibson, but tough to stop the Hawks. Tollackson.
The tempo is fast pace at this point, but this pressure has not bothered Chaska at all.
They're scoring transition baskets off made hoops. That doesn't happen. It's not supposed to happen anyway. Missed hoops, you usually see it. Back to 13. Tough shot from Michi Smith, but Haynes gets it back. You're right. He is everything they have right now. Leading scorer in the game for the Govs with 10 points. Inside, Gibson in the land of the Giants. He got it back. You got to respect the effort by Donnell Gibson there.
Great effort right there. Shots just did not fall.
Watch Chaska attack. Hardly any dribbles to Stark for 3. Too much, but there's the insurance policy. Tollackson rejected by Haynes. Foul inside on Gibson. Great hustle by both teams.
Outstanding hustle by Spencer Tollackson. Getting on that offensive glass. Just really eating the glass alive.
How nice for Chaska to have that glass eater down low on an air ball. He was right there. Gibson comes out, replaced by Sammy Ricks, who had 5 in the early part of the game. Here is Spencer Tollackson. Spotlight has been on him in this state. He committed to the University of Minnesota in his junior year. And Dan Munson needs in-state recruits, and he got the guy at the top of the list. That's his second straight air ball. His second air ball of the game. What's going on there, Henry? We'll talk about it in a moment. Spencer Tollackson dominating, except at the free throw line. 4A, so we'll have a new champion in 3A. We'll have those games tonight at 7 o'clock.
Chaska's shoulder looked as though they were going to apply pressure. Setback.
The lead was 5 at the quarter, and it's 13 with 2 minutes left in the first half. Cornier from downtown, short. Those are long threes. Both teams are taking some long ones.
Yeah, those are not some good looks.
Jason Theis, nice pass, left side. Boy, they do a good job of swinging the ball. Missing on the jumper, Jesse Johnson in the game for Chaska, number 21 in white. There's Walter Haynes. You got to keep your eye on him. He's everywhere.
He is everywhere. Scoring the basketball, dribbling the basketball.
He's in the post now. What a job getting the shot off, and it counts. He is carrying these Governors.
Wow, what a play. But he needs some help from his teammates. Those guys, they got to get out in transition, try to pick up the tempo a little bit more, because I don't know if Walter Haynes, if they can ride his back, getting to the finals.
Watch the body control.
Great agility for a big guy.
Walter Haynes before this free throw, as you see, with a dozen. Keeping his team within distance, trying to get it down to 10 here.
Got the LeBron look with the NBA headband.
It's a three-point play. Nice job by Haynes. Talk about a young guy with poise. LeBron James, I've been just as impressed by his poise and how he's handled the as his play. All you hear are good things about him. Nice hustle by the Governors there to try to make the save with Sammy Ricks. Yeah, it's almost his off-court stuff has been so quiet, you don't even hear about him. He's done a great job, I think.
Yep, it's a great tribute to all the players that have come before him. You know, the spotlight's been on him, and he's shown a lot of respect for all the guys who have come into this league straight from high school.
Hawks continuing, passing, hardly any dribbling. Isaacson off balance.
Great look for Chaska once again, inside the paint, rising above the defender for 2.
9 for Lee Isaacson, 12 for Tollackson. Haynes, quick jumper. No, Michi Smith won't count. They're going to get him on the push, and hitting the floor hard was Tollackson. He is in pain. Wonder if he landed on his tailbone. He's limping. You see him there. Wow, he hit the floor hard.
He really did. It looked like he landed on the side hip. Going to step to the free throw line.
Third foul on Michi Smith. That basket obviously didn't count. So here's Tollackson at the line. And let's keep an eye on him for 2 things, his injury and his free throw shooting.
Yeah, he's shot up a couple air balls, and this is a 1-on-1. And for Smith, he has to go to the bench now with 3 fouls. That's gonna be key.
In the game, Caleb Johnson, number 42, 6'3" junior for the Governors. Gets the roll. That's got to be a relief for him.
Yeah, no air ball on that one. Count the bucket.
There's Michi Smith. Got to watch the final minute.
Looks a little dejected on the bench there.
So Tollackson recovers nicely from the air balls. He's got 14. Sal Simmons against Jason Theis. Good point guard matchup. They swing it left side. That was Caleb Johnson. Over to Sammy Ricks. Stolen away by Andy Stark, the 6'4" senior. Knocked away by Sal Simmons. Another turnover.
Probably look for Chaska to hold for one shot here. Another turnover for the Governors.
They have expanded their lead from 5 at the end of the first quarter back to 14. Trying to really give the Governors a setback here with a hoop to end the quarter. They've had 1 3 this quarter by Stark. Keep your eye on number 40 in white in the final 10 seconds. Korth loses it. Ball on the floor. Korth to Tollackson for the hammer.
Great hustle play right there by Korth. Lost the basketball, got it back, and was able to get it to his teammate, Tollackson, for the dunk.
Wow, what a turn of events in favor of the Hawks as they take a 16-point lead to the locker room. We're going to hear from Johnson head coach Vern Simmons in just a moment. Obviously not the way he wanted this first half to end. Wow. Spencer Tollackson, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists as we take a look at the first half highlights.
Yeah, Spencer did it all in the first half. He was really hustling, as you see him finishing here over the Governors on the low block, passing the basketball. Really showed he has an all-around game for a big guy. Up and under move right there. And then finishes off with the dunk at the end of the first half. Well, looking at the 50% shooting from the field for Chaska, they're just getting better shots. They're taking better shots. Their shot selection is a lot better. Points in the paint. Obviously, we knew that Chaska would dominate to some extent. Points off turnovers. One thing that St. Paul Johnson stressed that they were going to have to force some turnovers. Chaska has not been giving up the basketball, and those are 2 huge points.
About the only thing Chaska's not doing very well is shoot from downtown. One thing that's really impressive about just this Chaska team is the way they use that size. These guys can see over most defenders. They don't dribble that much. They really move that ball without dribbling the ball. Quick passing, and I know coaches love that. Instead of dribbling your way into trouble, they pass their way out of it.
Yeah, and we touched on the fact that in the first half that Chaska was doing a great job of finding each other. It wasn't just the Spencer Tollackson show. All of the Chaska players were sharing the basketball, and that's why you've seen Korth, and you've seen Starks, and you've seen Burns getting on the, on the offensive end and making some shots.
Chaska's trying to make history by winning its first title. The Chaska side, Tollackson, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. That guy right there, Lee Isaacson with 9. Nick Burns with 6. Andy Stark with 5. Josh Korth also with 5. So good balance up and down for Chaska. Hawks inbound right in front of us at midcourt. The count was on, but they get it in before the 5 seconds. Sal Simmons right on Jason Theis. There's a steal by Cornier. They're going to call him on the line. That would have been a nice start for the Govs.
Would have been a great start for Johnson there. You see him the pressure in the basketball right there, getting the first true turnover in the half-court set from Chaska.
A reminder, we're going to have 4 new champions this year because defending 1A champion Mankato Loyola was eliminated this morning in triple overtime. Nashwauk-Keewatin 60-56 over Mankato Loyola. Our outstate viewers particularly interested in that score. Up and under went Burns, can't put it down. Rebound, Walter Haynes, his 7th of the game.
Yeah, they got to keep Chaska off of the offensive glass there. On that possession, though, you could see that Sal Simmons was playing outstanding defense.
He's got the ball, he drives, creates the contact. Would have counted. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 as he gets Theis for the foul. Jason Theis's first of the game.
It looked like Simmons kind of came down and tweaked his ankle a little bit. We'll have to see if he's able to shake that off.
Sal Simmons, a 5'7" freshman.
And as you took a look there at Vern Simmons, senior, top with the St. Paul Police Department, had a son a couple of years ago that played at St. Thomas Academy, Vern Simmons Jr., that made it to the state tournament. So he's familiar with the state tournament, not only as a parent, but as a coach now.
Yeah, those cadet teams, good teams also. Free throws good, nicely done by the freshman, Nice to know he's going to be around for 3 more years of hoops. Simmons on the board, 2 of 2 at the line. Good start for the Govs here. They're trying everything they can to stop these bigger, taller Hawks. Tollackson and Haynes, ball on the floor where you want it, and he got called for the travel.
Yeah, you can see already in the first minute here that the Governors have made they've really increased the intensity on the defensive end. Sagging down, trying to help out, make sure that Tollackson doesn't get as good a looks in the second half as he did in the first.
I respected Vern Simmons' candor at the half, saying he doesn't know how much energy the Governors have left in the tank. But they're showing it what they do have right now. Cornier, pump fake, great move, but great defense. Isaacson controls the glass.
Yeah, Cornier went baseline, and the baseline was cut out very quickly by the Chaska big guys.
Korth, left side, left open. Josh Korth for 3. He's got 8.
Yeah, and a 3 like that kind of will put you in a dejected frame of mind when you're picking up the intensity on defense, and then Chaska comes down and hits a 3. Takes away the momentum.
Korth for 3. That's his second tray of the game. On the turnover, there's going to be a foul underneath. Cornier will get called for it. That's Terry Cornier's first foul.
And that's a guy coming into this game coming off of the 22-point outing that he had yesterday. Cornier so far scoreless.
Yeah, 22 yesterday. 5'11" senior. He comes out and he's replaced by Sammy Ricks. Ricks did a nice job off the bench with 5 quick points early in the game. Theis brings it up. Nice job by Simmons getting around the pick. But right on the break, Theis to Nick Burns.
Broke the press, went down, found the open gap, found the open man for the lay-in.
8 for Nick Burns. 8 for Korth. 9 for Isaacson. It's not just Tollackson doing the damage here. Haynes, tough pass. Ricks did the bounce pass, and it went through Haynes' legs.
Yeah, another costly turnover for the Governors. They're going to get a quick timeout here.
You see the lead up to 19. Chaska trying to make it a late conference state championship game. Tuesdays on Fox 9. You got to be diplomatic in this job, Henry.
Definitely. You know what? I'm going to watch it just for you.
That'll wait. Jason Theis brings it up. Right side. Swings it to Tollackson. The high-low game knocked away by Michi Smith, but it'll stay Hawks ball.
Yeah, good high-low look right there from Spencer.
Well, Chaska, if they win, would play either Lakeville or Burnsville. Governors want to spoil that late conference party. Donnell Gibson in for Sal Simmons, the freshman. Here's Theis, a senior. Bob Erdman brought it up at halftime, too. 5 seniors. In fact, their 6th man is a senior for the Hawks. Tough to go against that experience. Isaacson. Knocked away nicely by Mario Harris, but another shot for the Hawks here.
Yes, and such a key right there. The offensive rebounding. We talked about it in the first half. As you see Spencer with the miss. Another look. They're just getting it done on the offensive glass.
Isaacson to Burns to Tollackson. Fouled hard. Good hops by Gibson, but he got the contact. There were a couple players there. Looks like they're going to call it on Donnell Gibson. That is his 3rd.
Great interior passing by the Chaska Hawks right there.
Tollackson had some early trouble at the line. He was 2 for 5 in the first half. Had a couple of air balls amongst those 3 misses. Let's see. He came back strong, though. He banks it. Now, you got to call that. You got to call glass.
You're supposed to call it. But he's showing us his array of talents at the free throw line.
You see Andy Stark in the game, replacing Isaacson. Soon to check in will be Fritz Chung, number 43.
I think even Coach Vern Simmons is little surprised that one of his talented stars and seniors, Cornier, has not scored yet here today.
Nice job on the free throws, making it a 21-point game. Cornier back to Gibson. Haynes. Shot missing. Chung might have gone over the back. Haynes was in position. That's Fritz Chung. Earlier in the game, I had him playing for Johnson. That is Fritz Chung. Number 44 for Johnson is Kashiel Lee, a 6'2 freshman. We will take a break. It's Chaska in control. A band making some sweet music for their Hawks on the Northland Ford scoreboard, a 24-point game. Well, they've stretched it each quarter. They led by 5 after the first, 11 at half, and now it's 24 thanks to a 15 to 7 quarter. Hawks over 50% from the field too. This team is just doing it all.
And I think we've seen Vern Simmons Sr. his nightmares come true.
Isaacson from Tollackson.
Good interior passing right there. Just
11.
too many easy baskets.
11 for Lee Isaacson. Those guys really team up well.
Yep.
You can tell they played together for quite a while. Harris kicks it out. Simmons short. Rebound inside. Nice job inside by Mario Harris.
Yeah, second chance points. They haven't had many of those today.
Harris with the offensive rebound. He's got 7. Theis quickly in the lane all the way. Blocked by Haynes. Tollackson just going over the top, and it's last touch by the future Gopher.
You know, looking at Spencer, you know, playing at the next level, I think he's really going to help the Gophers from the standpoint that he's pretty big, he's pretty strong. At 6'8", though, you wonder if he's going to be able to play that power forward slash center position.
Baseline, Harris, no. Tollackson, outlet. Stark on the break, all the way, no. Kind of in between there, he couldn't use the glass.
But the opportunities are there for them, though, for Chaska. They've had some fast break opportunities. The Governors, surprisingly, have not at all.
Left side, Harris, no. Hawks on the run. Theis, open floor all the way. Got it by Cornier.
Another fast break opportunity for Chaska that they took advantage of.
Jason Theis' first 2 of the game. Final half minute of our first 4A semifinal. Hawks with an impressive display against the Governors. Left side. Haynes over Isaacson, got nothing, but look at Gibson inside.
Governors not giving up. Gibson's playing hard here.
Wow, that's the quarter. I think they lost track of the time. But it didn't really matter there because the Hawks have expanded their lead to 24. They are 8 minutes from playing in the championship game.
Well-rounded team Chaska is. They share the basketball. They have a defined star in Spencer Tollackson, but he shares the basketball, has great teammates, and they all work well together. You know, the Governors here at the start, they got 8 minutes left, and they're down 24. They're going to have to lay it all out on the line and see what happens here.
They're led by Tollackson with 20. Burns has 10. We have Isaacson unofficially for 11, Korth for 14. They're just doing it everywhere. Inside, Haynes open, and it counts.
Nice start for the Governors. They get a 3-point play out of this. Try to build some momentum.
Haynes was 17 right now.
Taking the short steps.
Yeah, he's an impressive player.
Yeah, try to work your way back.
the three-point play. Give them 18 for the game. First 3 points of the quarter go to the Governors.
Full court pressure. Simmons. Spencer showing his ball handling skills there.
Theis to the floor, and he got fouled by the Governors. Gibson on the reach. If it's on Donnell, well, he's not up on the scoreboard right now. Fourth foul on Donnell Gibson.
Almost got the turnover there. They're going to have to force a few. They expect to get back in this ball game.
Tollackson down low to Theis. Quick passing. Jason Theis open. Grazed the rim. Ball on the floor. Johnson, Tollackson going after it. Great hustle there, though, by Sal Simmons. Smallest player on the floor got the ball.
I think Chaska wants a better shot than that. They're up 21. They don't need to take any threes. They want layups at this point in the game.
Open. Gibson got one of the biggest players on the floor. Put in, though. Guess who? Walter Haynes with 20.
Take it step by step. Work your way back. Now they got it down under 20.
Looking like an all-tournament performer as they get over 40 for the game. Tollackson spin. Tough move. Johnson with the rebound. Ball stolen away by Gibson, who's fouled by Tollackson.
Governors doing what they have to do. Avoiding danger right there. Spencer, it looked like he had a good look. He just couldn't get it all the way up to the rim there.
Second foul on Spencer Tollackson.
Some other guys are offensively going to have to pick it up and help Haynes out on that offensive end there. He can't do it by himself. Thompson's going to take a breather.
So, chance to get it down to 17. Not like that. Steal. Start. Ball rejected off the window by Cornier.
Great block.
Down low, Haynes, fade away, short. They really needed that one.
Yeah, that would really got him mentally right back in the game with some confidence. You know, and I think this is a great time for the Governors, although they're down by so many points. You know, by trying to get back in this thing, you know, the guys returning next year, they can look at this as a positive if they are able to dwindle the lead some.
Isaacson put it in. We've got him for 13. Haynes driving, blocked away by Isaacson. Governors come up empty. Burns all the way off the window.
Yeah, every time the Governors have kind of went on a run, Chaska's answered.
A dozen.
That's a sign of a great team right there.
For Burns. Left side corner jumper, Cornier, no. Gibson, rebound. What hustle by Donnell Gibson. Oh, inside to Cornier. As good a pass as you're going to see.
Outstanding pass. Just could not finish the lay. Got an open break for the dunk.
Isaacson with the flush.
Chaska's feeling it right now.
Might be the exclamation on this one for the Hawks. Still just under 5 minutes left. But Lee Isaacson says the Hawks want the final game.
Yeah, definitely not anything to be ashamed of by coming this far and not being able to finish off the deal. This is great experience for his young guys coming back. He's got his top player, Walter Haynes, coming back. So we've got a great group of young guys to, you know, go through these battles with and see what they can do next year and the year after that.
Rick's missing from outside, but Sammy's a sophomore. Michi Smith is a sophomore. You mentioned there's Michi right there. Haynes is a junior. They do lose Cornier, and they'll lose Donnell Gibson. But lots of players coming back for these Governors. All the way, missing was Isaacson. Rebound, Sal Simmons. Remember, he's just a freshman. And look at the speed. Going all the way. No fear in Sal Simmons' eyes at 5'7". Chaska trying to go, as Al McGuire would say, for a little pastry there. Trying to get fancy, but Korth comes back with a three.
This is a great experience for the Governors. I know it's getting kind of ugly here, but they should return and be a great team next year. They really should. I mean, they just ran into a Chaska team that's experienced, poised, and playing well.
And big.
And extremely big.
Every intangible really in favor of the Hawks. Inside, Michi Smith, left hand, rejected by Isaacson, but they're going to get him for the foul. My question always is, in games like this that are such a wide margin, when do you start thinking about the next game and give your guys a little bit of rest? Although it should be said that these 4A teams have more than 48 hours in between their games.
You know what? I think that that coach should start looking right now at maybe pulling some of his starters out, especially a guy like Tollackson. You don't want the guy to get an injury here, you know, with a couple minutes left, and then you're going into the championship game not at full tilt, so at full strength rather. So you know, I think we'll probably see Spencer and some of the other starters maybe come out of the game in the next 30 to 45 seconds here.
Smith missing the front end. These teams played yesterday, so they're playing back-to-back days under the new format. There's Dan Pulowski's team. They lost their first game of the season to Hopkins. Then they won 21 straight. Their only other loss to Burnsville, who they could play for the state title. Remember, there'll be 3 Lake Conference teams left in this tournament. Burnsville and Lakeville are doubleheader games.
Yeah, featuring another D1 player and Ryan Amoroso. And, you know, speaking of big, you touched on the fact that Chaska's got great height. You know, Burnsville has some big guys also. So, you know, this somewhat the theme of big players in this tournament. When you look at what Hopkins had at Mitch Hinkie, also with Chaska and Spencer Tollackson and a lot of the other players that have been playing in the sections and state tournament this year.
Wow, did Terry Cornier go up the step ladder? Didn't count, but it was fun to watch. Here's Donnell Gibson, a 5'10 senior. He'll be at the line. Now we'll see some substitutions. Fritz Chung replacing Isaacson, who leaves with 15. Korth will leave with 17 as Jesse Johnson replaces him.
Yeah, and I think our questions are starting to get solved here. I think they're going to start subbing here in the next few seconds here. Probably gets Tollackson out next.
Gibson can't hit the free throws. 11 straight points for the Hawks. We're going to get a... that'll be the Hawks ball. Stark for Tollackson. Tollackson leaves. I have him with 20 unofficially.
Great game for Spencer. Really played well.
Bringing the ball up the court. Tyler Brown, number 20. That's Stark, still throwing it up from long range. Burns, no. Look at the quickness. Donnell Gibson. Oh, what a display of ball handling. Kick it back. Cornier drives. Great ball control by both players.
Great move to the lane there. Great agility. Cornier had a lot of plays like that yesterday. Just wasn't his day tonight.
His first basket. Now a little showtime, but Harris to Cornier won't go down. That Cornier had 22 yesterday. He's only got 2 today. Jesse Johnson drives, nowhere to go. He took too many steps. We'll step aside. It has been a balanced effort for the Chaska Hawks. Top 4 players in double figures, combining for 64 points.
Wow.
Number 25, Eric Dezan in for the Hawks. Also number 20, Tyler Brown. Nice pass inside. Michi Smith rejected by Eric Dezan.
Another stellar defensive play by Chaska.
Bounce pass to Johnson, baseline, short, rebound taken by Eston Johnson, number 31. Inside to Fritz Chung, back outside to Johnson for three.
And I think that's been, you know, a big theme in this game. The Governors haven't had any easy looks at the basket. Chaska has made them work for everything that they've taken today.
What a play by Donnell Gibson, driving. He constantly gets in the land of the Giants. He's almost getting in closer to the basket than the post player.
He's got great energy, doesn't he?
Basket and the foul.
Penetrates with the hop, skip, step. Finishes off the glass, too.
Fouls on Eston Johnson. God, I'm really impressed by his all-around play. 5'10" senior, Donnell Gibson. They swing it to Harris. The leaner, the rainbow, no. Rebound comes out to Tyler Brown. No look, Johnson. They had Eston Johnson. So Jesse Johnson to Eston Johnson.
Subs getting a chance to play here for Chaska.
Well, we should look ahead slightly. Look at Gibson. This kid just won't quit. What moves?
Yeah, phenomenal. Phenomenal lay-in right there.
I don't know if we're going to see this again, but this scoop came from almost the floor. And he brought it up off the window.
Yeah, he's got tremendous quickness. I mean, he's using this quickness to get that separation, and when he gets that separation, he's able to finish. Nice screen right there. Goes baseline. Too quick for the defender to lay off the glass. Good body control.
Mario Harris and Michi Smith go to the bench. More substitutions. Kashia Lee, number 44, in the game. Also in the game, number 34, Chris Atkins. He's a freshman. Lee is a freshman. Anthony Urhat in, number 55 for Chaska. Boy, do they have height. Boy, they're getting good meals in Chaska. Kashia Lee with the rejection, but he also got the foul. That's Anthony Urhat, a 6'8" junior. Also in the game, Reese Bisgins, number 15. And number 45, Marty Greger for the Hawks. Basically, every player who's suiting up is getting a chance to play. We'll see Seth Wolf in a moment. That's Urhat.
You know, they have that saying, everything's big in Texas, everything's big in Chaska today.
Yeah, they really got good height off the bench. Well, Chaska lost 2 games this year. One to Hopkins in the season opener. Burnsville, who we'll see next, beat them 58-51. The other time, though, it was a 34-point Chaska win. As for Lakeville, Chaska won by 14 and by 30.
Wow.
So they're 3-1 against those 2 teams, but Burnsville did give them one of their losses.
One of the sections, Chaska avenged their loss to Hopkins by defeating Hopkins, so they may be looking to do that again.
Just like in the girls tournament, a future Gopher recruit trying to take a state title. Another Class A score, Bertha Hewitt over New Life Academy. Bertha Hewitt, 52, New Life Academy, 48 in the Class A semifinals. So Bertha Hewitt will play Nashwauk Keewatin in the first game tomorrow.
Can't say enough about the effort from the Governors. You know, the game plan didn't really work out today. They wanted to get out in transition and try to fast break and force Chaska over in terms of the turnover battle, but just didn't come through for them. They played hard, though.
Final seconds. Chaska with a dominating performance. The Hawks will get a chance at their first championship. Anthony Brenner at the buzzer makes it a 79-47 final. Spencer Tollackson left little doubt in this one.
Outstanding game for Spencer Tollackson. Very well-rounded game for him. He passed the ball well, especially in the interior to his teammates. did a great job rebounding the basketball, both on the offensive and defensive end, and score the basketball. He does what he does best. Get the ball in the low block and take care of his teammates by dropping them off for layups and also powerful dunks.
You see Vern Simmons congratulating Dan Pulowski as the coaches meet. Yes, the Hawks, good in volleyball, have had some good years in girls basketball, and they have been building this boys program with these guys for about the last 3 years. And now most of them are seniors, and they're trying to make it pay off with a state title game. Unofficially, we had the top 4 players. Tollackson with 20, Korth 17, Isaacson 15, Burns 12. It was very balanced for the Hawks.
Very much, and you can hear the Hawk fans excited over this victory. Spencer Tollackson joins us. Spencer, a great game. Is this the kind of performance you expected here against Johnson?
Yeah, it was. I knew from the beginning of the game that everyone was going to come out ready to play, and a lot of people stepped up today. A lot of people stepped up, so.
It's been a pretty amazing run. A lot of focus on your club all season. A lot of people keying on you game in and game out. How do you handle that pressure where everybody knows that in order to beat your team, they have to go through you?
Yeah, you know, it's all right. I know when I get double teamed inside, kick it out, guys will hit the open threes, and a lot of guys just step up, and it takes a lot of pressure off me down low when they can step out and hit that open three. So
you have a long time until the championship game Saturday night. Is that a good thing to have at this time of year, or would you rather get right back out there tomorrow?
I think it's a good thing. I mean, a lot of us are pretty banged and bruised up, and we need to watch this film and get to work Friday morning, and we need to work on some things and prepare for the winner of this game.
You almost said Birdsville.
I know.
But you look at these two teams, you're obviously very familiar with them, and so that's got to be an advantage, whoever it is.
Right. Yeah, it's an advantage. We beat Lakeville twice this year and we split with Burnsville, so I don't know, anything could happen, but it's going to be a good game, and it is an advantage that we met twice with them this season. So
you look at what this team has accomplished to this point, and so many things have gone right for you to this point. Does it feel you're just one step away from a state championship?
It really does, because, I mean, no matter how you look at it, the season's over Saturday night, so we're right there. We got the opportunity. It's on the plate for us, so we just got to get up there and take it.
All right, congratulations on this victory, and good luck Saturday night.
Man. Thank you.
All right, that's Spencer Tollackson of the Chaska Hawks.
Chaska, they can hit that outside shot. They can hurt you on the inside. They're going to be a tough ball club to beat.
Spencer Tollackson showed why he is so highly sought after by so many teams. Obviously, he's headed to Minnesota next year, but really, he did everything that Chaska needed him to do here today.
Yes, he certainly has, and I think Minnesota's going to be happy that he's going their way. Chaska, you know, I just don't think you can press Chaska. You got to give a lot of credit to Chaska's guards. That could have been really upsetting to a lot of teams, but not to Chaska. They had good guard play. This Theis kid is a good ball player.
All right, now, Tollackson obviously was a big key, but the three-pointers were an interesting aspect of the Hawks attack. In that second half, they went to the outside, and they really had no problem, especially with Korth from the outside.
No, they brought the ball up, and Johnson's defense was still on the back court, and so they had some nice open shots. And here's one right there. That's way too open for Chaska. That kid can shoot.
Yeah, that's Josh Korth. He had 4 three-pointers today.
Yes, he can shoot. And when you give him that much room, he's going to hit it.
And, the player of the game of this Chaska, St. Paul Johnson, I guess it's no question that Spencer Tollackson is the player of the game in this one, brought to you by Chrysler.
I think he can handle that. He's probably done that before.
You look at his game, though, he really was athletic, which is great for a big man. And is that what makes him so dangerous all the time, is that he's got the size, but he can maneuver himself to get into scoring positions?
Well, there's no question about that. I mean, he is very athletic, but more importantly, he is a competitor. I mean, he wants to get to that basket. And, you know, his outside shot will improve. I like him a lot. He's going to be a great ball player for Minnesota.
It makes sense that we have Henry Lake here because the Lake Conference is going to be a state champion one way or another, because Lakeville and Burnsville, one of them is going to play Chaska in the final. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here. Henry, dominated by Chaska and the big men, obviously.
Yeah, their bigs really played big today. Spencer Tollackson there with the slam. Great speed to the low block. Korth, Isaacson, all of their big guys played extremely well this afternoon.
Lee Isaacson with 15.
He had the slam right there. They were just too deep along their front court line.
Here's your Dodge game summary. Tollackson with a double-double.